Given Nigeria's strategic location along the Gulf of Guinea, the maritime industry plays a vital role in economic growth, trade, and urban development within Nigeria's coastal cities and beyond. You're welcome to another episode of your program, Nimasa This Week, where we explore different opportunities that lie within the maritime industry. I remain your uncle, Moyoluwa Olutayo. You're welcome on board.
Introducing the new face of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. We are charting the direction for a maritime and regulating the industry for a better, bigger, and more economically stable Nigeria. Evolved to serve you better. We are Nimasa. New face, rejuvenated service. Nimasa, changing the tides in your favor.
Nigeria has made significant strides in maritime reforms, including the enactment of Coastal and Inland Shipping Act 2003, which restricts foreign participation in Nigeria's domestic coastal trade and promotes local capacity building. We kickstart the program today from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, where we take a look at some of the activities of the Honorable Minister, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola CON, that have significantly impacted Nigeria's economic growth, social development, improved livelihood, and environmental sustainability. I'll be right back.
It was a memorable day in Ewekoro local government area of Ogun State as stakeholders near and far joined the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola CON, for the ceremonial groundbreaking of the Gateway Inland Dry Port. The minister stated that the port will be built to international standards and equipped with the latest digital systems for tracking, clearance, and cargo movement to ensure efficiency and global competitiveness. He directed the Nigerian Shippers Council to collaborate with the Ogun State government to deliver the project.
To ensure the success of this project and to avoid repeating the congenital challenges we face in Lagos, I'm issuing a clear directive to the Nigerian Shippers Council to ensure that the Gateway Inland Dry Port is developed as a state-of-the-art facility, integrating advanced technology, leveraging ICT for seamless operations, and developing a robust infrastructure that supports modern port processes. Let me therefore reiterate here that our resolve to make this inland dry port a model for other inland dry ports in Nigeria, built on international standards and capable of handling demands of modern trade, is non-negotiable. We must ensure that this port is equipped with the latest digital system for tracking, clearance, and cargo movement, ensuring efficiency, transparency, and global competitiveness. It is imperative that the Nigerian Shippers Council works closely with the Ogun State government and the concessionaire to build a maritime ecosystem that is not only competitive, but also a leader in innovation and technology advancement.
The Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, with the Shipping Companies and Agencies Clearing and Freight Forwarding Employers Association, have reached a historic agreement on minimum standards for the conditions of service for workers in the shipping industry. The agreement was signed in Lagos in the presence of the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, and CEOs of major shipping companies in Nigeria. During the event, Oyetola praised the agreement as a major achievement and a testament to the government's dedication to safeguarding the rights and welfare of workers in the maritime sector.
It is a great delight for me to witness today this significant occasion of the signing of the agreement on minimum conditions of service for labor in the shipping industry in Nigeria. By establishing this minimum condition of service, the federal government is doing several critical things, enhancing workers' welfare. We guarantee that every worker in the shipping sector enjoys decent working conditions, fair remuneration, job security, and access to necessary welfare benefits.
Welcome back. The program is still Nimasa this week, and it's getting more interesting here. The Director General of Nimasa, Dr. Dayo Mubriola, recently met with staff who benefited from the agency's training program held at the World Maritime University in Malmö, Sweden. The beneficiaries expressed their gratitude for the opportunity whilst reaffirming their commitment to using the knowledge gained to further the agency's goals. Here's the report.
The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Dayo Mubriola, recently engaged with staff of the agency, who are alumni of the World Maritime University, during a strategic meeting held at the Nimasa headquarters in Lagos. Dr. Mubriola commended the alumni for their exceptional academic and professional achievements, which he noted were vital in strengthening the capacity of the agency. He urged the alumni to serve as a think tank for Nimasa, emphasizing the importance of bringing innovative ideas, research-driven insights, and practical solutions to address the challenges facing the maritime sector. He added that the knowledge and international exposure gained from the World Maritime University are assets, not just to the beneficiaries, but to the entire agency.
What has the agency benefited so far from all of you as individual and collectively? Learning is not about yourself alone. That is the purpose of sending you abroad and coming back and asking yourself, how do you help the agency to grow, and what are the areas that your learning has exposed you to that the agency will learn more from it?
Furthermore, Mubriola emphasized that the alumni should take an active role in crafting actionable proposals aimed at driving institutional reform and enhancing the agency's global competitiveness. He also called for their continuous involvement in shaping Nimasa's future.
My first challenge to all of you is thank you for initiating this gathering today, but let's take it further. Think of something, think of an idea that will help the agency and put together a presentation and come and present. So it is important that this think tank, I really want you to take it serious and I really want you to find a way to look at a topic that is of interest to the agency and put it together, what the issues are, what the solutions are, and invite me. I'll bring the management, we'll sit down, and then you make your presentation on what the issues are, what the solutions are, and how to solve it. That is how you are going to be giving back to the agency.
Also speaking, the Director of Administration and Human Resources of the agency, Mr. Isiche Osangbi, commended the agency's management for prioritizing capacity building. He emphasized the importance of such programs for the agency's future and urged management to continue this initiative to ensure long-term growth and sustainability.
I think it's a program that I know will continue to help strengthen the organization, and if we see future programs like this, I'm glad we will say that the management will really look into it to partner with us on that. When they return, we'll look into a lot of things. I know he's talked about them being in training and retraining. We involve them. It's compulsory. For those who have just returned, prepare for your knowledge transfer. You are going to teach others and train the trainer. And it's been very impactful, and we appreciate you for that. So it's running every year. The next list will also go around to ask departments to give us their best, and we hope to send them.
Earlier in his remarks, Bashir Hamza, speaking on behalf of the alumni, expressed his gratitude to Dr. Moberela for the opportunity to contribute to the agency's growth. He assured the Director General that the alumni were ready to leverage their expertise to help achieve and promote Nimasa's mandate, particularly in the areas of policy development and sustainable maritime governance. The head of training, Mr. Kabir Diso, noted that the program is structured to equip participants with practical hands-on experience. He highlighted that the knowledge and skills gained are expected to contribute significantly to the growth of the agency and the nation.
We have one of our staff whose project has been selected as one of the best projects and is to be published in one of the South African journals. So this has shown that really that made us proud. As my director has mentioned, this program is a program that is exposing our staff, giving them an experience that they can bring back home to develop our agency and the country as whole.
The meeting also featured a presentation by Peter Orubebe, a recent graduate of the World Maritime University, who introduced the concept of a new non-governmental organization registered in Malmö, Sweden, the Global Oceans Literacy Initiative. Orubebe explained that the initiative aims to sensitize Nigerians and other countries on the importance of sustainable ocean use and to promote marine environmental stewardship across the country. His presentation received positive feedback, with attendees emphasizing the relevance of such initiatives in advancing global maritime sustainability. The meeting concluded with a renewed sense of commitment from both the Nimasa management and the WMU alumni to collaborate on advancing the agency's strategic objectives, fostering innovation and reinforcing Nigeria's position on the global maritime stage.
I think we need to work on some research topics that are so specific to some of our candidates that is going there, that are coming back, they'll bring a result that can guide decision making in the country.
In recent years, Nigeria has taken bold steps towards enhancing maritime security and promoting safety across its waters, and by extension, throughout the Gulf of Guinea. At the heart of this progress is the Deep Blue Initiative, spearheaded by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. This groundbreaking effort has earned widespread recognition from both local and international stakeholders, a clear testament to Nigeria's firm stance against piracy and all forms of maritime crime. The Deep Blue Initiative has significantly reduced incidents of piracy and brought greater stability to our maritime domain. These achievements reflect Nigeria's deep commitment to supporting the mission of the International Maritime Organization to ensure safe, secure, and environmentally responsible shipping worldwide. Building on this momentum, Nigeria is vying for a seat in Category C of the IMO Council in the upcoming elections scheduled for November 2025. With one of Africa's largest coastlines, strategic access to the Atlantic Ocean, and rapidly growing maritime infrastructure, Nigeria is uniquely positioned to make meaningful contributions to global maritime governance. Through Nimasa, Nigeria has embraced collaboration and forged strong partnerships, aligning closely with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. A return to the IMO Council will help consolidate existing international cooperation, strengthen technical ties, and open new opportunities for foreign direct investment in Nigeria's maritime sector. With this in mind, Nimasa calls on all stakeholders, local, regional, and international, to support Nigeria's bid for a seat on the IMO Council. Stakeholders can be assured the agency remains committed to the principles of transparency, partnership, and progress. Electing Nigeria to Category C of the IMO Council is more than a vote. It's an endorsement of a capable maritime nation and a committed global partner working towards a safer, fairer, and more sustainable maritime future.
Still on the program Nimasa this week, we move on straight to the UNSDG segment, where our focus today is on the 11th goal, titled Sustainable Cities and Communities. Our guest for this segment today is Peter Orubebe, a Principal Administrative Officer with the Reforms Coordination, Strategic Management, and Blue Economy Unit of Nimasa. He will be speaking with us on the 11th goal. Please stay with us.
Sustainability remains very crucial to the existence of humankind. And of course, it's not just only the present generation, but from one generation to another generation. And this is why the United Nations came up with 17 sets of SDGs to guide us, or to guide the global community, on the minimum standard of living for humans. And with me today, my guest is Peter Orubebe. He's a Principal Administrative Officer, working with the Reforms Coordination and Strategic Management, and Blue Economy Units in Nimasa. Peter, you're welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you very much. Now, talking about these SDGs, we've been having this series of SDGs trying to situate it to the maritime industry, right? Because every sector in the economy globally, has its own part to play, in the actualization of these SDGs, right? Now, in this edition, we're talking about sustainable cities and communities. Now, for the layman out there, what does it mean to have a sustainable city and community? Thank you.
Well, thank you for this question. It's very interesting that I'm here today to talk about SDG 11. To your question, so this basically speaks about, that's SDG 11.
Yes, 11.
Speaks about, or speaks to what it means, for cities to be sustainable as it relates to environmental protection, affordable housing, basic access to basic amenities in the society. And so that is all that it speaks to. Because, if you didn't have a flourishing society or a flourishing community or flourishing cities, then exactly what it is do you have for humankind?
Exactly.
So I feel that it is very, very imperative and important that that the UNSDG 11 has spoken about this and how to implement the principles of SDG 11.
All right, thanks. So now coming to the maritime industry, right? Now, we need sustainable ports, right? Globally, ports are now being modernized, right, to fit into, environmental friendly ports, eco-friendly ports, all geared towards having a sustainable, environment, right? Now, how is Nimasa, as the apex, regulatory body of maritime in Nigeria, promoting this era of having sustainable ports, in Nigeria?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. When it comes to ports, I don't think that would be Nimasa's purview. However, because we are the apex maritime regulator in Nigeria, we interface with these players, these stakeholders, shippers, ship owners, and then the MPA, that this activity would fall under their remit. So for me, I think that what we can do, and what Nimasa is already doing, is that we have waste reception facilities contracted out to concessionaires. We have this ongoing. But at the port front, I think this is chiefly in the domain of the NPA. And what we can do as Nimasa is interface with them to bring home the fact that, everywhere right now they're speaking about decarbonization. How do we decarbonize the shipping industry as it relates to ports?
Yeah.
In the West, there are some ports that have already gone green, with the usage of renewable energy and things like that. Although these things are very capital intensive, I do not know when Nigeria will catch up, but these are conversations that can start. These are things that we can begin to look at. And like I said earlier, as the regulator, apex regulator for maritime activities in Nigeria, these are conversations that we can begin, even with our sister agencies like the NPA.
On a final note, I'd like to ask you your thoughts on this. In 5 years from now, SDGs will be probably obsolete.
Yeah.
The thought is, would it be renewed? We started from MDGs. Prior to MDGs, we had some other environmental, laws and all that started, really. And coincidentally, I recall that discussions on environment started from Sweden many years back in Stockholm, right?
Yes.
Now coming down to the next 5 years, or looking forward to the next 5 years, what should happen? Should the UNSDGs be renewed? Should they be, reworked? Or what do you think should happen?
Oh, thank you for that line of thought. Yes, so these discussions have to find a way to continue, because everything in there, in all the 17 SDGs, is for the benefit of humanity.
Yeah.
And if we are not achieving all these benchmarks that are set, we must continue. We shouldn't say because we're not achieving, we should jettison. I would rather even to your line of thought that says we can rework. If we have made successes, we record. Places that we should improve upon, we improve upon.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that would be my final thought on that.
Wow, thank you very much, Peter Orubebe. I'll be speaking with Peter Orubebe, talking about sustainable cities and communities. And for our viewers or our listeners out there, it's still very important for us to understand this concept of sustainability. In Nimasa, part of our mission is to achieve cleaner oceans. And to achieve cleaner oceans, you and I have a role to play, within our communities to make it clean, and eco-friendly. It's a wrap on this segment. I remain your host. My name is Femi Kumuyi. Thank you and see you again.
When it comes to keeping Nigeria's maritime sector safe and well-regulated, one name stands out: the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, better known as Nimasa. Established under the Nimasa Act of 2007, the agency is responsible for overseeing all maritime activities within Nigeria's territorial waters and even beyond on the high seas. One of Nimasa's core responsibilities is enforcing safety regulations across the maritime industry. The agency ensures that Nigerian vessels comply with both national laws and international standards set by global organizations like the International Maritime Organization, or IMO. These standards include key international conventions like SOLAS, the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, MARPOL, for preventing pollutions from ships, and the Maritime Labour Convention, which protects the rights and welfare of seafarers. To uphold these standards, Nimasa carries out regular inspections, issues certifications, and conducts audits on ships, making sure they meet strict safety, environmental, and operational benchmarks. Through this rigorous process, Nimasa plays a vital role in preventing maritime accidents, protecting lives, and safeguarding Nigeria's marine environment.
Any vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder's certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificate, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificate, service certificate, cargo ship certificate, and waiver certificates or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
That's all for today's episode on Nimasa this week. We hope you enjoyed every bit of the voyage. Kindly check our website and all the social media channels for more information on Nimasa activities. You will be glad you did. Let's do this together again next week. Until then, bye for now.